Greetings. I won't say my fellow ascenders right now, not because you're not, or not because I got any beef or steak with y'all guys. And I don't like negativity or to be in low vibrational states. But I realize that I won't only be betraying my cause and what I strongly believe in, which is truth, equality, co-creation, restoration, and sovereignty, if I do not say these words. And not only that, which I am right now guessing is what was also pulling at my spirit, I would not be honoring all of y'all's ancestors, not even mine, because clearly somehow they can't get through to y'all. You have strayed so far from their influence and access, so much so that they could scream their lungs out and you will not hear. I'm not just talking about people with spiritual gifts or empaths or anything. I'm talking about any son or daughter of man who's made with both flesh and blood and spirit, and inherited the DNA that has all the information of all the strengths, weaknesses, trauma, sufferings, pain, complete with trial and error that has been done and has triggers if one starts to put their attention on the right place to help you do them justice for all that they did for you. Do you guys have an idea of how much bloodshed? I'm not just talking about the bloodshed of what was inflicted on your ancestors, or I'm speaking to Africans especially right now, particularly South Africans. At least you'll know your history or some of it. You cannot tell me that in this day and age there's a South African that doesn't know that for them right now to be alive and to have any pleasure in life, there were ones before them that willingly sacrificed their lives, that fought and put themselves in extreme situations because they believed on the future of their descendants. They believed on the sovereignty and willpower and humanity of their descendants. You know, even the ones that were taken to go build America, the ones that became slaves, the principles and pride that existed within them, some of them, actually a lot of them, threw themselves in the ocean rather than be a slave to another man who clearly has lower thinking than them. Why am I saying that? Because if you had higher levels of thinking, then you'd understand that taking a being made of spirit and making them your dog is not only unethical, or it's not only just plain horrible, it shows that even in your mind things are twisted. You don't understand what's happening. You're like a toddler throwing tantrums. If you do not respect human life or the sanctity and dignity of a soul put here on earth, a soul that has a family and has aspirations for them and was born from parents that had dreams for them. That kind of person is not selfish. They sick, like as in they need mental help or spiritual help or exorcism, something. Yes, now we can say we are free now. There's no more slavery and all of that. But are you? Are you free? Do you own anything? Do you have a say in what happens in your life or even in your children's future? Or have you completely shut down the part that makes you human and just became a robot? Why am I saying all of this? Okay. We are a patient people. Africans, I know that. So I'll excuse it. But elections are coming up now. If you're not a person who's bold enough to actually fight for what's right, outright, if you don't want to be seen, maybe, this is your chance to actually make your opinions or what you believe life should be like heard. And that's not by voting. It doesn't matter which party you vote for. If you're voting, you are saying, yes, I still want to be treated the same unfair way that you've been treating me the whole time that you are agreeing with what's happening. Who here, and please don't be scared. Tell me, you can even trash me or say, or whatever, don't be scared. I'm opening the floor up for the debate. Who here can tell me that the system that is currently happening, that our government really cares for us right now? And if they're saying that, they must please furnish me with some proof, because maybe there's information that I can't access, because I've been trying to look for the good in our leadership. I'm finding zero. You know what I'm finding instead? I'm finding that we are looked at as tools by our own leaders now. They'll use you to get a vote so that they can get your money and then steal it and then watch you suffer, and then you cry out and say, I need this, and then they look at you like, why do you even think you're a human being to me? I just needed your vote. I am a prime example of how easily the government could show that really democracy or the government is for the people, by the people. The proof that we've been getting for the last 30 something years, 32 years since we got this democracy, is that the government is by the people, yes, but is it for the people? No, by the people, for the government. And I shouldn't even be saying for the government, because even that word implies that they are governing something. It's by the people for their criminal, selfish acts. You know, we don't expect everyone to lead with integrity. So there will be rotten potatoes. But for all of them to just watch injustice happen in front of them with all the proof finished about it by a person that not only is a citizen and has been paying tax all their lives, but has served even in their military. And they don't give a shit. I'm sure I'm the irritation to them and not the injustice that was happening. The way that I'm ignored. It seems they are confused as to why do I think that they should care? Do I have maybe a twisted idea that the government is for the people? Am I slow or something to not see that it's never been? So what did they die for? What were they fighting for so much? What reason was it for these ancestors to leave their homes, to sacrifice the comforts of their families, being with their families, going in exile, sleeping in trenches? What was it for? Was it like maybe camping? Fun camping? Where every day there is threats that you might die? Was it for their descendants to become puppets or robots? Or was it for their sovereignty, their freedom, and for their needs to be met, and for them to have a say in what happens in their lives, well-being, and their ancestors' land? Is that happening? If you say it's not happening, then are you honoring them? Or you just taking what they did as nothing also? Like they just wasted their time. They should have just gave in from the start, because that's clearly what we're doing. We have a better chance of achieving what they were trying to achieve than they did, but they fought like true warriors, true kings and queens of Africa. I'm not saying we should be violent, no. But you have a voice, don't you? Doesn't your constitution say you have freedom of speech? You have a right to vote, yes. But do you know you have a right not to vote if your needs have not been met for the whole time you started voting? Because by you voting, you're saying no. You are happy with what's happening and it should continue like this. I understand the ones that are involved in the corruption and know they will get tenders and all of that, and they'll be chowing your money. They'll vote, those ones. They have already sold their souls, those ones, so they won't even think about the sacrifices of their ancestors. But you, who is suffering still, it's your great grandpa was fighting for you. Do you honestly think that they are happy about us? If given a chance to be face to face with us, would they even respect us? Or would they just see cowardly rats in front of them who spats on all their sacrifices? It's time we asked ourselves these questions. Think about it. Think long and hard. A vote is a contract saying, yes, I am happy about how things have been going. It should continue like that. And changing it to another thingy, to another party, do you think it will help? Let me just give you where maybe you can get your answer from. It has changed before, right? Was there any change? No. Is there a single person here in South Africa that can tell me that they do not see that corruption has become a standard procedure of government? That us being robbed in daylight and then looked at like we are fools to even think that we matter enough for any changes to be made, any rectifications. I understand about maybe the victims that were scared to speak, so the government didn't know about maybe those rotten potatoes that were abusing them. But now, when they are victims that are screaming at the top of their lungs for almost a year about something that could be solved easily, and they just continue with their lives, go to their holiday houses and all of that. So, is it government for the people, or are the ones on the ground not considered people anymore? So, guys, are you saying you don't think we are the sheep in Animal Farm, George Orwell's book, chanting all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others? Meaning that we are helping the perpetrators of our abuse to abuse us, and even emboldening them about what they're doing. Not a single. I'm not just talking about the one, the party currently ruling, which could have helped me a long time ago, but decided not to. The other ones, to show that they are against this corruption and they might do something that's better, upon finding out these things happening to the people, their civilians, they should be able to be helping. But no, it's not part of their agenda. I'm sure even when they hear this, they're gonna be surprised that how Gandhi was that part of what being government is. Taking the people seriously, like they have dignity. No, Buffett. No. Your ancestors are not happy with you. Not at all. If I was them, I was gonna disown you, even in the spirit realm. I was gonna be like, you know what, God, if I reincarnate, please make sure that you castrate me before I even come out of my mother's womb, because it seems that I have defective genes if this is what came out. Let's honor those that matter, or those that felt like we mattered enough for them to sacrifice their lives. Thank you. Or at least, if not voting is not an option, because some people may still go vote, because the only way that a change could be done by us not voting is if the whole country decides that we are putting our foot down and the system has to change. Since there's little time since for that to be done till the next elections, we can try, I think, umkhonto wesizwe, I'm not affiliated with any political group. However, Umkhonto weSizwe seems to have the values that that our ancestors or the freedom fighters were fighting with. Because since even they took the name of the group, one of the groups that finally got us our freedom back or our human rights back, I would hope that they have an agenda that remembers what the whole fight was for, what the whole struggle was for. If it was up to me, voting would be stopped and then there would be a big discussion of the whole country on where to go now, what to do. But we can try for the last time, at least try a group that has not been tried before and see if there will be any change. Also, we'd be giving it just one term to show themselves also that really they're bringing back the values that help the people on the ground, that help the citizens, and not just the government. That's just my piece, my say. Because there has to be some change. Thank you. I love you all. Love each other. Be kind. Don't use people. Use things.